Any other teases you want to give to us about what might be coming?
I'll look. Like I said, I do want to make sure that your listeners have something to look forward to from us. I
Sure.
can't say a whole lot because I'll get, crucified internally. But
Welcome to this edition of Inside Sim Racing. I am Brian Belansky, and I have an exciting show. I've been waiting to do this for a couple of weeks now, but this is really cool. We've got Simagic with us today. My guest tonight is on this show, because it might not be night when you watch it, Elliot Maddox. He is and this is, I love titles. We talk about titles all the time. Head of Global. What exactly is there a head of the Underglobe at Simagic as well?
I wish. No, we're not a very serious company when it comes to titles. We're all very flexible. We wear different hats. But yeah, typically I'm kind of like global marketing or partnerships.
Got it.
Kind of helping the brand build out globally and make connections. But stoked to be here.
Love it, love it, love it. So I asked every guest on the show the same first question, and that is, what is or how did you get mixed up in this crazy sport that we love?
Yeah, and we do love it for sure. I don't think any of us would be here if we didn't. I've lived in China coming up on 9 years now. Basically, as soon as I graduated in New Zealand, I headed over here. Quickly, not only fell in love with F1 and motorsport, but made connections with Simagic and some other brands as well. If anyone's kind of familiar with the China landscape, there's a few manufacturers down here in motorsport and sim racing, especially in the south of China. We often say Shenzhen is like the Silicon Valley equivalent in China. So all of these companies are down here. Made connections and started out doing marketing work, and then just kind of found my footing and worked my way up. And I've been with Simagic, I think, coming up just over 2 years.
Okay.
So a healthy footing, and pretty happy with where we're going.
Did you have an interest in sim racing prior to ending, I guess, school and deciding to make the move?
Yeah. I mean, I had wheels kind of all throughout teenagehood and
Right.
going to university. Classic, Logitech G25 27 origin story. And I think probably my interest was either sparked once again or built up even more during COVID, I'd say.
Sure.
I think really got into F1, and then I think we all saw, even with Netflix backing it and the whole Drive to Survive series, it really took off.
Right.
And I still, to this day, give that series credit into kind of helping bring the masses over to sim racing and sort of showing how awesome it can be. So, yeah, I always look towards the future with, blue skies, I would say. Especially we recently just wrapped up a sim racing expo in Germany.
Right.
The sim racing expo just, I think, six weeks ago. And some of the things you see there they make me optimistic. I think I saw this massive, exciting G-force simulator where it's like that has always been something which real world drivers will complain about, right? Is that we don't have that feeling of being in the seat.
Right.
But there are solutions at work and people trying to bridge that gap, which is exciting.
Sure. So do you still get to do a good bit of sim racing, or are you just so busy with the business side of it? How often do you get to sit in your rig and race?
I try every week.
Okay.
For sure. I think it's both our team, like our product developers and engineers, and us too. I think if we're not actively out there, it would be a real shame. So I try and make it very clear, like, give us time to test the gear and be out there. I'm regularly on iRacing. Simagic has a very close relationship with iRacing, and we love them. And so, we all try and get out there as much as we can. I even commissioned a staff livery for some of the series I run. So if people see me out there, they can say hello. But big fan.
Very cool. Very cool. When we get to the end, I'm going to ask you what you like to race and all that kind of stuff, because I think people find that stuff fun as well. It's how long does it take to take a product from concept to market?
Depends if it's internal or if we're working with external parties. So to kind of paint a picture, and I can disclose this probably over the coming months, we should have probably into next year two wheels which we're working with manufacturers on.
Hmm.
And that's quite exciting. That's a first for us as a brand. Typically, it's all been internal, and we just look at what people want and listen to feedback and develop our own wheels. Typically, I'd say if it was internal, and we're knowing exactly what we want to make, I would say it's typically a year,
Okay.
9 months to 12 months. But when it comes to working with manufacturers, then everyone's got an opinion and things need changing. And I would say anywhere from kind of 1 year to two.
Right.
But yeah, we do have some exciting stuff in the pipeline for sure.
Nice. Nice. You were at the Sim Expo in Germany. A lot of these things I've been to these in many different industries, and it's an opportunity for vendors, manufacturers to kind of show off what is coming out next. Also to maybe show some concepts that you may or may not be working on, or kind of give a little teaser of like a prototype of the future. What did you guys take to Sim Expo to show off this year?
We had three major upcoming releases which we had on display, and one of them is just behind me. I can pick it up in a second.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that one first. So that is what we're calling the. Oh, grab it a little bit easier that way. So hold it up nice for the camera here. So this one here, which is called the Zeus Formula. Ta-da! And this one is basically we had a very successful Formula wheel prior to the GT Neo, which was the FX Pro. And so that wheel, hugely popular. We realized after the release of that wheel that, okay, we definitely, whatever mainline premium wheel option we're doing in the future, there needs to be a high quality formula option. And that's exactly what the Zeus formula is meant to be. So we call it ZF for short. But the product's philosophy is the Zeus lineup, Z lineup, is going to be our high end wheel offerings. Still within budget though. We aren't the type of company to have $1,000 plus wheels, so that's never our intention. But it is packed full of really nice features. The screen is actually fully detachable, so I can just pick it up. It's magnetic. So the intention is with this dashboard, which is a touchscreen, is you can put it on your wheelbase or you can have it on the wheel itself. I know a lot of people use dashboards, and if it's on the wheel, sometimes you won't really look at it. I'm very much this type of person. Like if I want a dashboard, I need it within my like natural eye line.
Right.
Where when I'm looking down at the wheel, that's just not it. So we have that option. It's got full Sim Hub support, which is very important for some people. They want custom dashboards. They want to be able to customize it to perfection. So that's part of the product's philosophy. And they will actually be available standalone as well. Obviously, with this wheel, we often talk about compatibility as well. People ask, well, is this going to work with our previous Alpha wheelbase lineup? So that was like our best seller for, I think, 4 to 5 years. We're developing backwards compatibility. That's also very important to us as well. Open ecosystem, so you can come and use this wheel with other bases, but also if you bought an Alpha, maybe not the Evo lineup, you'll still have support.
Right.
We recognize that, especially wheelbases, these things are built to last for a very long time. We have no intention to like burn or alienate our previous buyers from the last generation. So we just want to make sure that they're looked after as well. So there will be support to just buy the dashboard, use that with the base, or you buy the wheel and there will still be compatibility with both bases. Next one was the new wheelbase. So this is just, we had people ask about it. Our Evo bases, when we released them, our maximum offering was 18 Newton meters with the Evo Pro. People wanted more. So we have a 28 Newton meter option. Feels like everyone is releasing some mammoth wheelbases this year. So we are doing the same. And that's called the Evo Ultimate. Again, it has an upgraded sensor, just a slightly better road feel, stronger torque, obviously. But otherwise much the same, just keeping the product philosophy and just offering this fourth option for people who just want it all. And so, yeah, again, from looks, not that much different, just longer. But I've been testing it with iRacing. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Is there really a clamoring for 28 Newton meters?
I'd argue no. I actually think no. I think it's just the people who demand that 20 plus and want that headroom will ask for it, and we don't want to leave those people out to
Sure.
dry. So we will absolutely develop it. But I still think your sweet spot is like 15 to 18.
Right.
But again, if you're running IndyCar, which no power steering or whatever, and you really want something that's going to give you a hard time, then this is the solution. Absolutely. If anyone's running that thing at like 100% and doing normal races, I salute you. I don't think that's me, and I don't think that's the majority. But if it's an option for you, then and that's what you want, then awesome.
Well,
I
and
will
oh,
I
go
will
ahead.
also briefly touch on it before I forget. So the final one deserves a spotlight as well, because we keep trying to show the intention that we are not just sitting in the mid range / high range. We are trying to offer a bit more of a competitive entry option as well. A P700 set of pedals, so a slightly more premium option for the entry. Offers some really nice adjustability. You can basically adjust the brake to perfection. It's got a load cell,
Right.
got an angle sensor. Yeah, just a really nice kind of entry level set of pedals, and that can come either 2 pedals or 3. So you can have a clutch if you'd like as well.
Got it. Very interesting. It's really the options now for this price range that Simagic lives in are so competitive now, and are you excited about that fact that there's so many players in the market? Obviously, there's half of a business wants to be the only player in the market, but I think that when there are several competitors in the market at a particular price point, like there are now in that Simagic price point, it makes you all better.
In a way, yeah, for sure. I think competition is always healthy. If a market is ruled by 1 or 2 brands, then historically, I think sim racing was. I think we only had for a long time basically 3 brands that just dominated it. So for sure, I think it's healthy, and I don't look at it negatively. I think we need to push ourselves to offer the best that we possibly can. Pricing is always the biggest thing, but if you're a new sim racer or someone who's looking to upgrade, from our perspective, I always encourage people, go and test gear, go and find like a local dealer if you can, and just like hold the wheels, like you said. Normally, I think our brand is quite good at offering like that price to performance range, where it's like you pick it up and go, oh, okay, this doesn't feel like a toy, right?
Right.
But something like the GT Neo was just $299,
Right.
whereas some people might expect it to be like a $600 wheel, right? So that's the line that we kind of straddle for sure.
Now, if I was to be getting into it, you can almost bypass the Logic G29, and for not a lot more money, there's several players in that entry level range with better pedal sets and better wheelbases and wheels. Did you guys make a conscious effort to be in that space?
I think we were actually pretty late to that party.
Okay.
I think we've only in the last year or 2 probably sat back and realized, okay, wow, there was an opportunity there that we missed the bus on 100%. I think now I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think people could now, especially coming to Christmas, they might go into the tree and see there's a Moser R3, R5
Right.
bundle, and that's literally everything you need. You've got the little steering wheel, you've got this 5 Newton meter, 3 Newton meter base, and your pedals.
Right.
And that's incredible.
Yeah.
That, like I said, that would have been a dream for us, years and years ago. But
Right.
now it's actually very viable. And so that's something that's in development. We've sat back and gone, okay, we want console compatibility. We want to have an option which is like a bundle, whether it's 5 or maybe 7, 8, around that range. Right now, our weakest space we offer is the Evo Sport, which is 9.
Okay.
So that's nearly double what a lot of these other guys are having. So obviously we are not really in that price range yet, but
Right.
we do have an intention to get there. Just
Right.
a matter of time.
Yeah. What's exciting, not necessarily as far as product line on the horizon, because we've already talked about the 3 new things you're coming up with this year, and then I'm sure that there's other stuff in development. What are the different bits and pieces that are out there now that you're excited about, over the next couple of years when you look at where your side of the sim racing industry is going?
I think I would look at and credit obviously other manufacturers like Cube or even Moser for getting it done, but a real hard look at how we do pedals and input is a very I admire it. I think the active pedal is something which we teased a year ago. It's still in development for us, and I'm really hoping I can share information on it soon. But the idea that your pedal can actually actively have a motor and fight back against you, giving you ABS, giving you wheel lock, and also not only that, not just that effect, but also the ability to, for example, a throttle pedal to have a completely different setup, completely different like one-click profile for a truck simulator, a
Hmm.
Formula car, a GT car. Like that's very exciting to me to kind of see this in depth, kind of rather than just have a linear pedal, you now have something completely different.
Right.
Um, Outside of that, I mean, there's other things like developments in VR. Obviously, the Beyond 2 headset, this tiny little thing which
Hmm.
offers you this huge field of view and immersive VR is very cool. And then, like I said at the expo, we're now starting to see people not just do motion but actually full GeForce emulation. Now we're far away from
Sure.
actually getting anything consumer ready, but the tech is there and people are trying it, which is like, wow, okay, we are getting as close as we can to emulating real life motorsport.
Yeah. What's the top selling product? Let's go for in your line, for let's say your wheels, and then let's look at your wheelbases and your pedals. What is your number one product in each of those categories?
Top seller for sure is and it's on the wall behind me in the middle. So the GT Neo, the wheel that you've used, that came out and really took the market by storm. I think you still flick through Reddit and you'll see people say like, okay, what's a GT wheel or a Formula wheel that is the best value for money? And most people will say the GT Neo. Just with the amount of features it has, with the full lighting, with the way that the wheel actually feels for $299, it's a super solid option. In terms of taking its philosophy and making other options that might be equally best selling, we did the Neo X Hub series, which is really just a button box. And with the bolt pattern, you can attach whatever wheel you want. So I've got one underneath that GT Neo wheel there, which is our new leather option, which is pretty cool. But again, you've got full freedom. If you grab any wheel rim with the correct bolt pattern, you'll be able to make a DIY wheel. And to expand on that, I mean, we just sell the quick release. That my wheel up the top there is an old like Mustang wheel.
Uh
Like
huh.
you can make your own. It's totally fine. If you don't want the buttons, if you just want a wheel that feels authentic, you can do that too. We love that. But yeah, in terms of wheels, the GT Neo for sure, top seller. Wheelbase, I'd say the 9 Newton meter, just because we see people making that step from belt driven to entry/mid direct drive more often than not. Um, I love the high end, but it's just not the mass market, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
In terms of pedals, despite the P500s being new and having a pretty good price range, the P1000 is still like our top selling for sure, which is like this strong mid-range offering we do. It's got really nice modularity and expandability. Like if you want to add a hydraulic module, you can. If you want to add haptics, you can. So that's just continued to be a super solid option for us.
Outside of the mainstays, the pedals, the wheelbase, and the wheels, Simagic does a lot of other stuff. What is the stuff that people get excited about, and what do you get excited about in the accessories peripherals arena?
Underrated, I would say. I think our accessories are really solid. The one that I love the most is we do a sequential slash eight shifter. It's both. It's a hybrid, so it's called the DS8X. Really nice piece of kit. So if you want to go from heel and towing and using vintage race cars to something which is just a really clean sequential, you can do that with one piece of kit, which is nice. We have handbrakes as well. We have a hydraulic and a non-hydraulic option. Some people will say, okay, hydraulic is cool and authentic, but probably not necessary. And I'd probably agree, but people still ask for it, so we provide it. And we also have some really nice tactile sequential shifters as well. If you don't need the H, you just want that straight up and down, we offer that too. And they're all awesome. But
Yeah.
I think effectively Simagic does the whole ecosystem outside of the cockpit. We do actually have a seat that we sell domestically. We don't do it globally yet, but we are considering that. I
Nice.
don't think it's a high priority, but it's there. I think we call it the Pegasus.
Okay.
Um, it's like a secret code name, but yeah,
Not
it's
anymore.
we not anymore. Yeah, no, but we try, like I said, we try and cover off the whole ecosystem if we
Yeah.
can, just so down the line, if someone really likes our gear and our philosophy and how it all feels, then you can kind of pick up the whole set with confidence. But
Yeah.
again, we don't lock people in at the same time. We're very open. So if you just like the wheel, we will sell everything you need to hopefully get you over to whatever ecosystem you're currently in. That's
Yeah.
very important to us.
The new wheel, is it going to have? Can you put the mag link on that wheel as well, so you can use it on other wheelbases?
All future wheels, even manufacturer wheels, will all have MagLink. That is a standard for us. So that is our third-party solution. Obviously, if anyone doesn't know what MagLink is, it's you take what is normally the USB-C connector on the back wheel and you replace it with a magnetic attachment. It's much more strong and rugged.
Right.
It's very hard. You can pull it off, but it requires some force.
It does.
And the intention there is that with the added power draw, is that you're able to then just throw it in via USB to a computer, and you'll be able to effectively use that wheel standalone, even if you're not using the wireless tech that normally powers it
Right.
with a Simagic base. So yeah, we do absolutely need that. We're doing an extended version so that you still get the power draw needed for older bases like the Alpha series as well. Especially with this one, because this new upcoming wheel, you now have to power a touchscreen. You now have to integrate it with SimHub, and that is a significantly higher undertaking than with previous wheels. So that's why we're kind of equally developing MagLink in line with these new wheels.
Right. Very awesome. Anything else that we want to chat about? Any other teases you want to give to us about what might be coming? I know we can't talk about release dates on the 3 products that are coming out next. Is there anything else out there that that you can throw a little tease at us on?
I'll look. I like I said, I do want to make sure that your listeners have something to look forward to from us. I can't say a whole lot because I'll get crucified internally. But no, I mean, yeah, we have the three new products upcoming. Next year, I think will be a strong year for us. We have a lot of things that people are waiting for that we need to deliver on. Like I said, we have manufacturer wheels as well, which is the first for us, which is quite an exciting thing, and we're excited to see where that goes. But yeah, I would say heading into December, we should have some announcements. And then in the new year, for sure, Q1 is hopefully going to be quite a strong one from us.
When you could talk about the manufacturer wheels, come on back on the show and we'll talk about those. That sounds exciting. So
yeah, that's awesome. They might even be coming over here to China to do a whole tour, and I'll probably be leading the way on that one, which will be very cool.
Nice. Do you find that sim racers like a single ecosystem, or do you find that there's a lot more mix and match out there? What does your research tell you?
I think entry-level people and new to the hobby don't mind, which is why bundles make so much sense.
Sure.
It's like, I'm just going to pay once. I don't have the time, or I haven't researched that in depth. I just want to go racing. It makes perfect sense, right? Why would you not just, I know this is all going to work with each other. I don't want to have the time to do research or tinker. I just want to go. So for that, people just new to it, that's typically what they do. But I think the more they're bitten by the bug, as we say, and the deeper they go, then people go, oh, okay, well, now I want to change my wheel, or I like how this looks. And so I see Reddit threads all the time where people are saying, okay, how do I get this done? Does this work with this? And cross compatibility, famously, especially with working with smaller manufacturers who maybe only do wheels, maybe they don't do other hardware.
Right.
Everyone's got their own boards, and the only very specific ways they do things. So we have tried our best to get as wider compatibility as we can. And if someone just likes the wheel, or they want to even use a wheel from a different party, then great. We do try our best to allow that to happen. But I know internally it is not easy, and the engineers often pull their hair out over it. But we do try. I still think it's important as a brand to show, hey, look, we don't want to lock you in. We don't want to do anything kind of nefarious. It's just we do it for the love of the hobby. And if people have better options they want to use, or existing options where we don't make it so it's not viable to join us, then okay, let's do that.
I love it when a manufacturer takes their entry level stuff and allows it and to be part of the ecosystem and doesn't lock it in, so you have to go buy the next step up before you can start mixing and matching. So I think that's a pretty great idea, and it keeps people interested in your products, I think, as well. So that's pretty fantastic. Last question. Well, not last question. It's never last question. I always say that, and then I've got another question. I didn't realize, as a real life gearhead, one of the things that I love about cars is that you can play with it, you can modify it, you can go and get aftermarket stuff for it. I didn't realize how much DIY was out there for sim racing. You can go on Etsy, you can go and 3D print stuff, you can make your own wheels and all this kind of stuff. Is that something that Simagic embraces, that whole DIY thought process? Because I just think that's so cool as part of this sport.
We love it. I think all of us. I mean, we have a very close relationship with SimHub as an example. We regularly work with them and make sure all of our stuff is going to be recognized. And I think if you are looking for the shining example of like DIY spirit, SimHub as a software is like the example. I've got a wind simulator that works with that. Other people get their smart lighting to work with it, so they have this lighting that reacts to what's on the track. It's incredible. And if anyone is just new to sim racing, it's like, go and look at that. Go
Yeah.
and look at what your setup can become, because it is inspiring and very, very cool. So for sure, it might not directly affect our product development much, but we do at least respect it. And I think that's again why we sell like quick releases just by themselves, right?
Yeah.
If someone wants to go get a wheel from their car and bolt it on, then why not?
Couple of non-gear related questions. You say you get to drive as much as you can, because it's a good to be able to know the product. What's your favorite simulator?
iRacing, 100%. Has to be. I came from rally, but then quickly fell in love with just on-track motorsport, and I still can't believe like how well done it is to be able to be put with people of a similar skill set and race toe to toe.
Yeah.
I can be in China, they can be in the States, and somehow miraculously it just works.
It's crazy,
fantastic.
isn't it? Yeah, it's so cool. Favorite car and track combo?
Oh, I love this. I'm going to do a really left field one.
I love it.
I raced the Ford GTE,
Okay.
not GT3, like old school GTE. Road America or Road Atlanta, I can't choose. I love both.
Nice. I grew up an hour and a half from Road America.
Ugh,
So yeah, that was
so jealous.
my home real track. Tell us about your current rig, and when you're not testing gear, maybe this may be never. What's your wheelbase, wheel, and pedal combo?
Yeah, I'm currently on the Ultimate. So this is the 28 Newton meter base. I've been testing it. Very cool. I jump between a bunch of wheels, as you can see. I
Sure.
bolt them to my wall, which is fun. But yeah, primarily the Zeus formula at the moment. P1000 pedals with haptics, H pattern shifter, the hybrid. Like I said, do have a handbrake. Don't use it much. Have like a quad monitor setup so I can still talk to people while I'm racing. Big fan of that. And Cockpit is a small kind of Shanghai company called AZ Racing. They do some nice kind of like tube options that don't flex very much, which is rare.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've tested that quite a bit. What I'm typically racing at the moment, I do a lot of coaching with friends. I've had gear to kind of pass around, and so I've got them all on the Simagic ecosystem. And where iRacing recently took there's the D class multi-class series, the production car challenge. They do an endurance on the Saturdays. It's a 2 hour. It's fantastic. You can hop in with the Masters or the Toyota 86. We're big fans of the Toyota. Easy to drive, very approachable,
Right.
And great. Someone drives an hour, they share it with their friend. That friend goes for another hour. It's a
Yeah.
It's almost like if you did social go-karting on the weekends, but now this is like the next generation of that, where it's like, I still think 20, 30 years down the line, go-karting's maybe going to get very expensive, whereas this probably isn't. So it's a great kind of social activity, and a team element gets added in, which is awesome.
Yeah. All right, before I get to my last question, let me take a quick slowdown here to thank my partners here, and then I'll come right back to you. We'll finish the whole thing up here, so stay with me here. Real quick, want to thank my partners, Full Send Sims, of course. If you're looking for some of the best turnkey sim racing platforms in the U.S., go to Full Send Sims. They've got some great stuff, and a new product is coming out that I'm real excited to be able to test drive for them. Cannot wait for that. Also, Sim Motion. If you're looking for gear, it's that time of year. Black Friday's coming up, or by the time this gets out, Black Friday will be just past us, but tons of great stuff at Sim Motion. And of course, if you want some Simagic stuff, you can go to Sim Motion and buy it there. So there will be a link in the description. And of course, full disclosure, I do get a tiny percentage, but it doesn't change the price at all, because I am an affiliate of Sim Motion as well. So check out those folks. Really great people, good people to get on the phone with if you have questions, and cannot recommend them enough. All right, back here with Elliot Maddox from Simagic. Thank you so much again for being here with us. My last question for you, and I think I know the answer because you were seemingly a little excited about the idea of G-force motion. Do you have motion on your rig?
I wish I did. No, I don't. I tried it for a little bit. I've got a VR setup. I have the Beyond 2 headset, which I use from time to time, but I played with it before. I found I like the idea, but it takes a lot of time to get it dialed in. And if it's not dialed in, it does the opposite effect, where it's like it can almost disconnect you a little bit. So yeah. I'm in two minds about it. If it's really set up well and like the monitors are attached and it kind of all moves, it feels pretty good. But often, even the ones I saw at the expo, a lot of them are set up so it's more like a roller coaster than what you'd actually feel. So, yeah, it's funny. I will mention though as well, in terms of expos, I think for the first time next year, that expo, which was in Germany, is also expanding to the States. And so we should be inbound to that. I believe it's next year in May.
Okay.
It's teaming up with the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte.
Oh.
So, we've expressed intention. It's not confirmed, but intention to go. So hopefully my first time stateside and Simagic's first time stateside. So
nice.
Should be pretty excited to head out there.
Very cool. Very cool. Any last thoughts before we let you go?
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for making the time. And like you said, being flexible. It's never easy to get times lined up.
Oh my gosh.
No, I appreciate it. And it's been great to chat.
All right, I appreciate you being here with us, of course. This is our latest episode of Inside Sim Racing. If you enjoyed the show, please hit like and subscribe. And lots of good stuff here on the Inside Sim Racing channel. Besides the podcast, of course, great reviews and some other fun stuff from Darren and the gang at Inside Sim Racing. So check all of that out. My name is Brian Belansky. Have yourself a great week. Stay safe and go drive your sim.